Get everyone, Be Asian Dad here. Today we're going to look into the Lenovo ThinkPad X280. Now this is a smaller brother to the famous Lenovo X1 Carbon. So the X1 Carbon is a 14-inch notebook. This is a 12.5-inch notebook. So this is about the same sort of weight. It's a little bit actually heavier than the X1 Carbon. This one starts off around about 1.13 kilos. In Australia, this retails for about $2,300, so it's about $300 cheaper than the X1 Carbon, but it is a nice little small, very lightweight, compact notebook, and it is for more for commercial side of things, so it's built to be more rugged. Now, the X280 is running the 8th generation Intel CPUs. It is configurable up to 16 gigs RAM, and it is also configurable up to 1 terabyte of SSD. Now, there is no discrete GPU in these. Being ultra lightweight, it's extremely rare for that to even happen into ultra light. Now, the battery is rated to 16.5 hours, but on our testing, it seems to be closer to around about 12 hours for average use. When you purchase the notebook, you will get the notebook itself, and you'll get the power adapter for it, which is a 65 watt power adapter. And this notebook does have quick charge, so it does do 80% charge of the battery in 1 hour's time. Now, what also they actually include is sort of a dongle for the Ethernet. As you'll find later as we go through the ports, that it doesn't have Ethernet built into it, so you do need to carry this dongle with you. And it is one of those proprietary ones that Lenovo has. But it is nice to see they actually do put this in the box rather than you have to go purchase an extra one like Apple does. So let's look at the ports on this notebook. So let's spin it to the right side and have a look at it. So what we do have is we actually have the Thunderbolt, and this is also where you actually charge it. And then we've got the CS18 dock, which is their proprietary dock, which is the side locking type of dock. And also you also see there's extra USB-C type built into there as well. And you'll see where this part connects to, and it pretty much just connects to here. That's what that extra bit for there comes through. A USB type A, which is rated at USB 3, and you'll get a HDMI port and the audio combo jack as well. Now, and looking around to the back, it's pretty clear this side till we hit here, which is a micro SD card reader. You do need a paper clip or toothpick to pop it out so you can actually put it in. It will spin it to its left side, so you'll get the Kensington lock and another port of USB 3, and then of course the vents for itself. So what this laptop is really nice can do is it can also do the whole flip itself to 180 degrees for the screen, and that's pretty normal for Lenovo. They've been doing that kind of style for a while now. It does come with a 720p webcam, and with Lenovo they've also nicely built a privacy shutter. Now if you don't have nails, it's a little bit tricky, but like myself, but what it can do is pretty much shut that close, and so it will turn off the webcam, and so you can't accidentally turn it on. If it does, it's pretty much got a shutter built into it, so you can't actually see, so you don't need those blue tack or electrical tape, which is fantastic. I love this little function from Lenovo, don't you? Don't you like that? Meow meow? Yeah! Anyway, so as you can see, it's a 12.5-inch screen. Now this is a non-touch version. You can get a touch screen version of this, and as you can see, the keyboard, it's got a very nice travel keyboard. I love these Lenovo keyboards. They have very nice, and of course you get the little G spot or track point. I've also been told it could be called a keyboard nipple. I actually like that term, so I might even call it G spot keyboard nipple. That's kind of what I would call that little red tracking point anyway. So you've also got your trackpad here. It's pretty nice for what it is for Windows. I still like to see it go bigger, but hey, this is a 12-inch sort of notebook. Can't expect too much from it, can I? But I do like the weight of this, so I can forgive it for not being a really massive trackpad there. I do find one of the gripes from the X280 is you can't really use one finger to actually open up the lid of this. It pretty much sticks. It's so hard to do to try and get that up, so it's a bit of an annoyance there for that, but hopefully in the next version they might actually improve it. I heard the X1 Carbon 7th generation, they did improve that, but hopefully we'll get one of those in. I haven't arrived in Australia yet, but we are going to get one in soon. Now this is an important feature. Please tell me, comment below if you find that also annoying, or if that's actually a big thing for you by having to make it easy to open. I just find it's a little bit difficult to open, that's all. Now it doesn't have a very easy access removable battery. You do need to take out the screws of the back to actually unplug the battery. With its compact size, it's actually really nice to walk around with, but I do wish they actually made the bezel a lot more thinner because it is quite thick. It would be nice if Lenovo would actually make a more narrow bezel to actually increase the size of the screen. To demonstrate the size difference between the Lenovo X1 Carbon, this is the 6th generation one, and it is a 14-inch notebook, and I have, which is on the bottom, and I have also the X280 on top. As you can see, it's not too much of a size difference there. And I'll flip it to its side. I have the X1 Carbon on the bottom and the X280 on top. To show you the thinness, we have the X1 Carbon on the left and we have the X280 on the right. So the X1 Carbon is only just very marginally thinner. A lot of the Lenovo's will have the function key on the really bottom left hand corner, which is where you usually have your control key, and you have your control key as a second key. Now a top tip is you can actually swap these two keys around, so I'll just show you quickly how to do that. So of course you got to turn the computer off and then just boot it up. When you boot it up, press enter. Just keep pressing enter so you can get into the menu. Then all you need to do is press F1 to get into the BIOS setting. It does take a little bit of time. Once it gets to the BIOS setting, just go to the arrow key right to the config tab, go down to keyboard, which is the third one, press enter, and at the third one option you can go function and control key swap, so you can actually enable that. Therefore once you do that, and then F10 to exit, and make sure you save the configuration, yes, and then what that does is it actually swaps these two keys around, so it's actually quite easy there. Nice. If you want a smaller footprint notebook than the X1 Carbon, which is 14-inch, this is a 12-inch, then this is a very nice notebook. It is around about the same sort of weight, and you do save around about $300 by going to X280. It's a pretty solid notebook, I must say. If you have any inquiries or comments about this video or notebook, or even give me feedback, put a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like by hitting that like button. And if you haven't done already, subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button on my bottom right hand corner. I do try to upload a new video every Tuesdays and Fridays. And as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. I'll see you in the next video.